Well, hello, welcome again to a reading through of Plato's Apology of Socrates. And I got up to chapter 13, which in the numbering system here is 25c5. So, etid hemon ape o pros dios melete. Now, up to this point, Socrates has been cross-examining Meletos, and has been arguing that Meletos really has got no interest in the youth whatsoever. And he's going to play a few more chess moves and back Meletos into a corner and show that he's lying on various issues. So he says, "Furthermore, speak to us, O Meletos, by Zeus." Now, I just note here that Socrates, we had earlier, he calls upon Hera by Hera, and now it's by Zeus. And of course, there's slightly irony here, because one of the things he's accused of is not showing any respect for the gods, or perhaps even believing in them. So, speak further to us whether it is amenon, comparative, better, oikein, to dwell now in among good citizens or wicked ones, from poneros. O sir, answer. This is an imperative. You get different sorts of imperatives from the verb, sometimes weak, sometimes strong, aorist imperatives. So tan is just a little word meaning sir. It occurs only in this form. So, O sir, answer. For I ask nothing difficult to you. So, or you could say, for indeed I ask you nothing difficult. Uk hoi men poneroi. So we get uk, and there's a question. So this is a question expecting the answer yes. And we get a hoi men, and there'll be a hoi de on the next page. So surely it is not the case that wicked men... So it's a question, is it not the case that wicked men do some evil thing, and then we get a double accusative here, to those being continually most near to themselves? Notice the breathing up here, it's reflexive. So is it not the case that evil men do some evil thing to those who are continually nearest to them, but that the good men do some good thing? Panuge, it certainly is, very much so. Estin un hostis bullatai. Is there therefore, so esti at the beginning often is impersonal here, is there therefore someone who wishes, passive, blaptesthai from blapto, to be injured by those of his associates, we might say. It's from sun ami, those dwelling with him. So perhaps associates, although that's got more of a, nowadays, more of a business sense, but those that you spend time with. So is there someone who wishes to be harmed by those of his associates, those he spend time with, rather than to be, passive again, to be helped, to be assisted? Apokrinu, another imperative, this time it's a strong aorist middle imperative, I think. Answer, my good man. Oh no, sorry, it's just a present, isn't it? So just answer, my good man. For the law bids understand you to answer. For the law bids you to answer. And he asks it again, is there anyone who wishes blaptesthai to be harmed? Udata, no indeed. Ferede, come then. Tell me, understood, whether you have brought me here into court, understood, as one who has... I'm going to take these here next. I think they go with the participles here, and I think they're meant to be adverbial. hekonta e akonta. Akonta, of course, is alpha plus hekonta. So willingly or unwillingly. So sorry, just do that bit again. So have you dragged me here, understand, into court, as one having willingly or unwillingly corrupted the young, and having made them understood more wicked. In other words, if you say that I corrupted them, made them more wicked, did I do it willingly or without knowing, unwillingly? Hekonta ego ge, very strong ge. Indeed, I would say willingly. In other words, I say you've done this on purpose, you've done this willingly. Titata o melete. What then, O Meletos? Now the next little bit's slightly tricky. Tosuton su emu sophoteros a telikutu ontos telikosdi on. So what then? Now this is the main verb is here. Are you, I'll take this bit next, being of such an age, because Meletos is young. So in other words, are you, or being of such an age, i.e. being so young, are you wiser than me to such an extent, and then me being of such an age, because Sokrates is an old man. So just to do that, just to paraphrase that slightly, so what then, O Meletos? Are you, being of the age you are, so much wiser than me, get the tosuton, so much wiser than me at my age, that you, and we get a men, and there'll be a det down here, I think. This comes down here. That you, perfect from gignosko, you have realized that, now we get another hoi men, that bad men, on the one hand, do a certain evil thing continually to those who are most near to themselves. And then the hoi de goes with the hoi men up here. But the good men do good. Now this de, I think, is closing off this men up here. But I, indeed, Heiko, I have come. So perhaps I have come into such degree of ignorance, with the result that also I'm ignorant of this matter, of this thing, that if I might make, now the tina goes with the tone sun on tone, that if I might make any of my associates mock thereon, wicked or evil, then I will run the risk to suffer something at his hand, so as you say, I have willingly done such an evil thing. I'll just do that bit again because it's fairly tricky there. His argument is that the idea is that Sokrates would not willingly make an associate wicked, because then they would do a wicked thing to him in return. And so that's his argument there. So just to quickly do this bit again. So are you, being of such an age, are you so much wiser than me at my age, literally being of such an age, so that you have realized that the evil men do a certain evil thing continually to those who are most near them, and the good men do a good thing, but that I, in fact, I have reached such a degree of ignorance, so that Also on this matter I am ignorant, that if I might make one of my associates wicked, I run the risk to suffer some evil thing at his hand, so that, as you say, with the result that, as you say, I willingly do such an evil thing. I am not persuaded by you in this matter, in respect of these things, O Meletos. But I know, and I think, so neither do I think any other man of mankind understand would be persuaded by you. Greek does double negative, so it's nor none, but we would say nor any with double negatives. And I think there be no other of men understand who would be persuaded by you. So, but, and now he gets the clever contradiction, the reductio ad absurdum here. So either I do not corrupt them, or if I do corrupt them, I do so akon, unwillingly, so that you, indeed, on both matters you lie. And he's kept the word to the end of the sentence here, so for emphasis. So, but you, in fact, are lying on both matters. But if I corrupt people unwillingly, the uk est in nomos. Now, nomos is used as law or custom. So, literally, there is no law. There is not a law to drag me here into court. There is no law for such misdemeanours. Now, in brackets, it's got kai accusion, so involuntary misdemeanours, perhaps you could say, if you want to include that one there. In other words, misdemeanours that are done involuntarily, unwillingly. In other words, there's no such law that if I do this unwillingly, then there's no such law that enables you to drag me into court, but having taken me idea in private to teach me and to advise me. We have to supply something like it is necessary, perhaps, here, for you, having taken me in private to teach me and to advise me, from Nuthetio. De longa, for it is clear that if I learnt this, I will cease that which in fact I am doing unwillingly, as an unwilling person. It is a noun. It is an adjective. Sorry, it's not really an adverb here. So as an unwilling person, I just translate these generally as adverbs. Su, but you, effuges, literally you fled. So you avoided keep company with me. You avoided keeping company with me, and you avoided to teach me. And you did not want to, you had no will to do that, but you have dragged me here into court. Hoi, at the place where it is the law, perhaps custom, to bring those in need, being in need of, this is from Colossus, of punishment, but not of instruction. So a very clever argument here that he gets Meletos tied in knots about whether he's doing it willingly or unwillingly. And that is the end of chapter 13.